Hey everybody, and Merry Christmas! 3 days until Christmas, you guys, and I'm off work now until Monday, so the Christmas has started here. Yes. So today we're going to be doing some resin earrings, and I want to go over a couple things of the earrings that we did yesterday. The scrapbook paper and the wood pieces. I have a pair that I wanted to do a test run with the resin, but I think I'm going to do it off camera because I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to do it, and I don't want to take up a lot of your time. But I did get these done. I have not put anything over them yet, and I did the gold around the edge. And one thing that I did not do yesterday that you should do when you're making these is when you put the scrapbook paper on, you want to file the edges before you go over it with the deck of Mod Podge on top or whatever you're sealing it with. You want to sand the edges down real good and then paint the edges and then put your sealer on top. So I did it all backwards yesterday, so sorry for that. Anyway, that is what I want to tell you guys about this. I did do these little, I finished these up. We started these last night and I went around them with the red. It is super cute. I think that'll be really cute. And then what I'm hoping to do tomorrow is to come live and show you the resin earrings that after they've cured for 24 hours. And then I will show you how to put the jump rings and hooks in these as well, because I didn't get to do that last night because they were all wet. So let's get started on the resin. So what I'm using is I'm going to tell you everything you need, then we're going to go over some precautions, and then we'll get started, okay? So what I'm using is the Amaker Studio Acrylic Glacier resin. It's a 2-part resin. It does not, this is not UV resin. I prefer this over the UV resin. This is self-leveling. It has UV protection in it, non-yellowing. It's really easy to use. There's no odor to it. The UV resin has a really strong odor, and it really causes bad headaches. So we're going with this. I love this. It's price good, and you don't have to use a whole lot to make a bunch of earrings. Trust me on that. So you use this. We'll mix this in a minute, and then you need mixing cups. These are silicone mixing cups, and after it cures in here, they just pop right out. So you can reuse these silicone cups. If you don't have them, what I did before I had the silicone measuring cups is I just bought some cups at Dollar Tree and used these and then just throw them away. And these were little glass or plastic cups at Dollar Tree. They had a whole pack of them for $1, and I just throw them away after I use them. And I had these little paper cups that I was using. So I have all that here in case we need it. You're going to need, these are like pipettes. They came in a jewelry kit from Amaker Studio. They're one-time use though, because when the resin hardens in them, you can't use them anymore. So I use what I have on hand, which is popsicle sticks that came from Dollar Tree. I have plastic knives. These were just cheapies, and some spoons, but mostly I use the popsicle sticks. They work best. So also, I guess I should say welcome to Jill's Creative Side. Yes, welcome to the group. Welcome to my channel if you're catching this on YouTube. If you're on live, let me know you're on. Comment so I know that you're watching. Also, don't forget to comment on the live. Even if you catch it on a replay, make sure you comment so you can get into the drawing that's going to happen next week. The way you get into that drawing is you comment on the live. You subscribe to my, hey Linda, woohoo! Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jill's Creative Side. The QR code for that is in the group. And also follow me on Instagram. The QR code for that is also posted in the group. Post a picture of your Christmas tree. I would love to see your Christmas tree, 3 days. And post a picture of your Christmas crafts and your Christmas decorations. All those are gonna get you into the drawing. And I'm gonna be giving away a bunch of stuff, probably some stencils, some chalk paste samples, probably some Christmas tree ornaments, some earrings that we make, just lots of little different things, some stuff for you to make your own craft. So let's get started with the resin earrings, because this is my favorite. All right, so you're gonna need rubber gloves. You're gonna need molds. I have lots of these resin molds, and they are reusable, but once it hardens in them, they pop right out. And you're gonna need like I said, the measuring cups, and I also have these little ones. These are all silicone because the resin will pop right out of it. It will not. They're reusable, but the plastic, you have to throw these away. Then if you want to garnish them up, we have some glitter. This is Christmas glitter. We have this glitter. We have red glitter. Linda likes red. And we have this really pretty black glitter. I don't know why, but this makes me think of New Year's. I'm not really sure why. And Maker Studio also has, these are color pigment powders. These are amazing. And that's what I've been using to make the other earrings that I showed you yesterday. The red hearts, the red stars, the kind that look like peppermint, all those. So I have all different colors. But today I want to try and use some of the blues, because I haven't done many of the blues. But one of my favorites is the white. I think the white is just so, so pretty. So we have lots of colors here. We also have, these are like, this is two lowest rows. I'm not sure how to say that, but I have all different colors of these. You can use like the Nior, which is kind of like black, and you can use the, where is it? Or you can use the Venetian brown with like the champagne yellow, and you can kind of make a tortoise color. Really, really cool. So today what we're going to do is we're going to use some of the blue, and definitely the white, and probably some of the gray. And this is Maker Studio Pigment Colors, Maker Studio Glacier Resin. I'll put their link in the comments below. I'm not affiliated with them yet, but I hope to be soon. So, also, when you're working with resin, they strongly recommend that you use a respirator. I do not, because I don't have one. I've been using just a regular mask, the throwaway kind of mask that we've been wearing for over a year now. That's what I use. This does not have a real strong odor. It doesn't seem to bother me. So for today's live, I'm not going to wear a mask because it's hard to do a live and wear a mask. So make sure that you wear one if you're going to use this resin for anything. Just take the safety precautions when you're using this resin. It is a chemical. You're mixing the hardener and the resin together, so just be careful when you do it. You don't want to get it on your skin. You definitely don't want to get it on your clothes because it'll ruin your clothes. I have silicone mats here. The resin will pop right off of that once it hardens, so I'm not worried about that. And I'm going to be wearing gloves because you don't want to get it on your skin. I have done that, and I just went and washed my hands with soapy water, and it was fine. But you really don't want to get it on you, and you really don't want to breathe. There's not a lot of smell to this resin. That's another reason I really like it. So just make sure you keep that in mind if you decide to make some of these resin earrings, to take the precautions. There's lots of videos on YouTube about what you can do, what you can use, the respirators, and all that good stuff. But for today, I am not going to be using a mask, so you can hear me talk. But it's going to be okay because it's not going to be that long. The resin will start to harden in 20 minutes. So once you mix the resin, you need to kind of get going with it. I mean, you don't have to rush, but you've got about 20 minutes before it starts hardening. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so what we're going to do is you mixed equal parts of the resin. So however much you use of one, use exactly the same amount of the other. This mixing cup has lines on it, so it's got 2 cups and 4 cups. So I'm going to pour in the hardener up to the 2, and then the resin up to the 4, so that it'll be equal parts. Then I will mix it. You have to mix it for 3 minutes, and I did not bring, yes, I did. I have to set the timer because you definitely want to make sure and you mix it for 3 minutes, because if you don't mix it for at least 3 minutes, it can not harden correctly. So let me get my stopwatch or my timer set so I know how long we're mixing it, because you definitely want to mix it for 3 minutes, if not longer. All right, so once I get that poured in there, I'll set the timer. And so these molds have stars and the hearts and the bottom pieces and the top pieces. There's just so many different ways you can use this. Oh, one thing I forgot. Let me take these off. When you use these molds, you want to to make sure there's no glitter or anything in there from your previous. So take a piece of tape and just clean them out. If you see like some glitter down in there, just use the tape to get it out. That's the best way to do it, because you don't want it to get on your new pair. I don't know what that is. Of earrings. You don't want the leftover glitter getting on anything you're doing. I think these are pretty clean. Sometimes the glitter is just, well, y'all know how glitter is. Glitter gets everywhere. Linda, how is your knee doing? I heard that you were not doing too well with your knee. You need to take care of yourself. You know, it's Christmas time. Okay, I think these are pretty clean. Best I can tell. And I will have to wear my glasses because I cannot see. And got the good old sinus stuff going on, but that's all right. This is going to be so much fun, y'all. This is one of my favorite things to make, is the resin earrings. And I'm fairly new at it, but I absolutely love it. And I really want to see how this turns out. So I'm curious about that. All right, so, and the resin is a lot thicker than the hardener. The hardener is really runny. The resin is pretty thick. And let me move my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so y'all can see all the colors. And we're just gonna mix this with a popsicle stick. And you can get bubbles in your resin, so you want to be sure when you're stirring it to be careful not to have a lot of bubbles. And I will show you how to get rid of the bubbles. But I recommend you use a heat gun for that. I'm gonna be using a lighter, but I don't really recommend that you use a lighter because, well, I mean, you can. You just need to be careful doing it like that. All right. And so I've got the hardener right on the, I don't know if y'all can see that good. It's right around on the 2 mark. Well, it's close. And you definitely want to get it exactly the same amounts of each, because if you don't, it's not gonna come out good. Okay, so that is on the 2. So now we'll pour the hardener in there up to the 4 mark, and then we'll know that we have the right amount. Okay, so now we're up to the 4, and whoa. Now we're gonna start mixing it, and I'm gonna turn the timer on. To count down to 3 minutes, so that we make sure that we mix it for exactly 3 minutes. Maybe I'll use a bigger stick. And I did see one video of a girl that she did a figure 8. Like, she mixed these, she would go in a figure 8, and she didn't bring her stick up and down because she said that caused more bubbles. I don't know. I just go around. You want to scrape the sides really good. And you just want to mix it for 3 minutes. Make sure when you're doing this, you mix this for 3 minutes, not any less. You can mix it more, but don't do less, because then it won't harden correctly, and then you'll do this for nothing. And I'm telling you, the amount that I just put in here, we probably won't even use it all, because it will make a ton of earrings. I'm telling you, tons. I probably shouldn't have put quite as much in there, but I did. And you just want to scrape the sides really well as you're mixing it. And you'll start seeing bubbles. I don't know if y'all can see the little bubbles in there, and it's okay if they're in there. We can get rid of those with a lighter. But once you start pouring it in the molds, you want to let them sit in the molds for a few minutes and let the bubbles come to the surface. And then I go over it with a lighter. Heat will pop the bubbles. Or you can, now I used to make picture frames with the other kind of resin, the what is that called? Envirolite, I think was the resin I used that. And I would blow on it before I knew the trick with the lighter. And I thought I was going to pass out blowing on those picture frames so long to get those bubbles out. Because it's clear and you can see them. But doing earrings, you can't see them quite as much as you can when you're doing a big project. But you can still see them. But these colors, y'all aren't gonna believe these colors. They're so pretty. And so make sure that you comment on the live if you're watching, or even if you catch a replay, comment so I can put you in for the drawing, because that's gonna be next week. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I would love it if you would like my video and also subscribe to my channel. That way you can get notified every time, or if you turn your notifications on, you get notified every time that I post a video. And it helps me grow. I'm trying to grow my crafting groups. And if you have friends that like to craft, invite them to the group. I would love to have them. And also, I'm trying to build my own little boutique, Mountain Breeze Boutique. It's a public group if you want to get in that. That's just where I post the shirts that I sell, the earrings that I make. Sorry, my nose is running from my sinuses. But go join that group too. And that basically is just like my little boutique. I'm trying to get started making shirts, making earrings. I'm hoping to add new items soon. I have tons of earrings I've got to post in there. So we have, oh Lord, it didn't even start. Well, I don't know how long I've been mixing this, y'all, because the thing didn't start. Oh well, we'll keep mixing it for a little bit longer. I know it's been a few minutes. So these little pipettes are good if you're first starting out, because you can suck the colors in there and put them in the molds. Like, you can get them right where you need it to go. So that kind of is cool. But I only have one, and once you use it, it's pretty much done. And on the molds, the open part of the mold is the back of your earring. Well, there's no law for that, but the closed end is usually the front of the earring, because it's more of a perfect, precise shape versus on the outside. So, but you can do either way, but I always do the closed part of the mold as the front of the earring. So if you're going to put like glitter, or you could even use like little beads or something, you want to put them in first and arrange them, and then pour some resin on there, and then you can move them around with like toothpicks or popsicle sticks or whatever you want to do. So I have the measuring cups, the resin, the popsicle sticks. I have tweezers and molds, and your protective wear, your gloves, and a mask. That's about what I have for, and your colors and your glitters, or whatever you want to put in the molds or in your earrings. All right, so this is pretty much mixed up, I'm sure, because it's already been 2 minutes, so I'm going to stop that. So now what we do is, if I want to take a small amount for like one pair of earrings, I'm going to mix it in this little cup here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of this resin, which is already mixed, it's ready to use. I'm going to pour some in this little cup, and then we're going to put some of the pigment colors in there to make the earrings. So I'm just pouring a little bit in this little cup. And then I'm just going to sit this to the side. And in this little cup, I'm going to mix in the colors that I want to use. So I'm thinking that I'm going to use white, and then I'm going to use some gray in another cup, because I want to do like different, maybe not polka dots, but like different little designs in gray and white. I'll show you when I get started. So I'm going to use these popsicle sticks. Also, I have paper towels. I always have those handy that I just lay my sticks on. All right, so I got to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to put some of the white, and this powder stuff can get everywhere, so just be careful. And I usually cannot open it with gloves on. I should have opened this beforehand. They're super hard to get open with your gloves on. All right, so this is what the powder looks like. Okay, so, and you need to be really careful because it can get everywhere. You don't want to put a whole lot of the color in the resin, because if you have more than, I think they said 6%, it won't cure correctly. So, I mean, this is all I'm going to use, just this little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to mix that, see what it looks like. And you want to mix it really good. And it's just, you guys, it's amazing what these colors do to this resin. So fun. All right, I'm gonna put just a tad bit more white in there because I want it a little bit whiter. So, I mean, just a tad bit is all I'm putting in there. Because you don't want too much. And so I'm just mixing that up in the resin in this little cup. If y'all can't see good, let me know. And are y'all ready for Christmas? 3 days, y'all. 3 days. Woohoo! Okay, so look at that. And it's kind of like a shimmery, it's just beautiful. Okay, I know. I love it. I think it's so pretty. All right, so now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put some of the gray in that. It's called Marchy Gray. Look at that. How pretty is that? Okay, so all right, so I'm going to use about that much gray. Because I don't have a whole lot of resin in these little cups, so you don't want to use too much of the color. Y'all, this is so pretty. And these little silicone cups I bought off of Amazon, they do sell them at A-Maker Studio. I don't think they have these little ones, though. The little ones have like a spout on them, which is kind of neat. So this is so pretty. So I don't know what time it was when... Okay, so it's about 10 after 4. So about 4:30 we need to be done because we don't want this to start curing. So I'm scraping it really good. Mixing it up. Look at the color, y'all. That's going to be so pretty with the white. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to get it into the earring mold, I'm going to use the popsicle stick a little bit to help me along because you don't really want it on the side of the mold. You want to get, and you want to go slow when you're pouring it so you don't have like too much at one time. I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to start out with this mold here, and I'm going to use this earring here, and it comes with the top part as well, or you can just use that part. So we're just going to use both. But if you're new at this and you're unsure, I'm going to take a little bit on the stick and just pour it in the mold. And what I'm going to do is just put like a little drop of it around because I'm going to put some of the gray in there as well. And so I'm just putting a little bit in there with the stick so that it doesn't go out too fast and run all together, because I want to make it two colors. Now this resin is self-leveling, so it will level out. So if you can see, I've got the little white dots around there. I hope y'all can see that good. Hope so. All right, so now I'm going to take the gray and go into the places where the white is not. And it's okay if it starts running together. It's going to be okay. It's going to be so pretty. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the gray and put it right in there. And then we can go back with the white and do more of the white. But this is how you can just make your own design with these different colors. It's so cool and so much fun, y'all. And they have like the little post where it will leave a opening for your jump rings, so you can put your hooks on your earrings. All right, so I'm just going in and filling in the gray right beside the white. This is going to be so pretty. And it will run together, and it's okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the white in this other one to make it kind of similar, the other earring. So we're just going to do little drops of white, and then we're going to go back in with the gray. This is so much fun, you guys. I love it. It's like you can just create your own jewelry. It's so much fun, and it's so easy. Y'all would not believe how easy it is. And you can also take the toothpick and do like swirls in there. That is really fun too. All right, so, and you see we're almost done with the two, and we have tons of this left. So I'm gonna start dropping the gray in between the white. And it's okay if you get it on the outside the earring hole, because it'll just wipe right off. So I'm just putting the gray in between the white, and you want to get it around the little post really well. Can y'all believe that this year is almost gone? Where is the time gone? It's crazy. All right, so there is that one. And I'm going to put just a little bit more white in this one. And see, it levels itself. And you can, if you have more, if it runs out, that's okay. We'll get that up later. So the little top part, I'm going to put a little bit of white in there. I hope y'all can see this good. And then I'm going to go back in with some gray. This is going to be really pretty. I love this gray. And so I'm going to drop a little bit of gray in there right on top of the white. And then I'll mix it up a little bit. But you want to make sure that your pieces are, that the mold is full. So those are full. So now what we can do is take a toothpick and mix it around a little bit and make it kind of like a marbling. And I'm telling you, I will do a live tomorrow and show you what these look like after they've hardened. It's going to be so pretty. So I'm just going around it a little bit, bringing the colors together, kind of like a little swirl. This is going to be so pretty. And it has a shimmering look to it. It's so, so pretty. And I always like to make sure that they are full to the top. Okay, so that, we've done one pair so far. How easy was that? All right, so now let's do this one over here. And I want to do, let's do gray. Let's just do complete gray with this one. So I'm going to use the little pour spout, and I'm going to pour it in right here real slow, and I'm just going to go around, and it'll self-level. And so I'm going to do the same over here. And then wipe that up. And then I'm going to pour a little bit in each of the little top pieces. These are just so much fun. I mean, I love making these earrings. Okay, so I want to make sure that I have the mold completely full. And you want to make sure you have enough around the little post part. Okay, so that one is full. So now I only have a little bit of the gray left. So I'm going to do this leaf right here. I'm going to do that with white, and then I'm going to put just a tad bit of gray in there, and then we'll start with another color. So I hope you can see this really well. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Would that help? I don't know if it can do it with these gloves on. Nope. Let me try taking that off. There we go. So maybe you can see it a little bit better what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna put the white in the leaf right here. And also when you are finished with each mold, when you leave them to cure, you wanna make sure you cover it with something because you don't want dust to get in your designs. So I'm just going to pour some of that and let that spread out. And pour some in this one, let it spread out. And you can move it around with your popsicle stick to make sure it gets in all the little parts. You want to make sure it's all the way full. And it doesn't matter if you get this on the outside of the mold because it will come right off. It's all silicone. And so I'm just pushing it around with the stick into the little leaf parts to make sure that we get all the little places full, especially where the earring jump ring will go. You definitely want that. So I'm going to pour a little bit more. The white is just so pretty. I don't know what it is about the white, but I just love the white. I think it is so, so pretty. So I'm just going to push it around into all the little areas. We want to make sure we get it all filled up. And I'm going to pour a little bit in these little top pieces, the little round or the little oval ones. And then I'm going to put some gray in there. In the leaf. All right, so now I'm going to put a little bit of gray. Since I have just a tad bit, I'm going to put a little bit of the gray in each of the white leaf. Like that. Like that. Maybe a little bit more in this one. And that's all we have in this one. So I'm just going to sit this to the side and then I'll clean that tomorrow. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the toothpick and kind of move the gray around into the white and make sure that everything is filled up. The whole mold is filled up because you don't want to leave any of it out, or you don't want to make it too thin. You want to make sure it's all the way full. And I'm just pushing it around with this toothpick is all I'm doing. It's so easy, you guys, so easy. The UV resin is awesome because when it cures, you're curing it under the light in like 2 minutes. But I just can't use it. I have some different kind that I bought that I may try again and see if it gives me headaches, but I really don't like having headaches. And I know that headache I had was a different headache. It was weird. So, all right, so this mold is full. So now what we're gonna do is kind of push it to the side. Sorry, guys. My nose is running like a sieve. All right, so I'm gonna bring this mold over here and I'm gonna push this one to the side and we're gonna let that sit because the bubbles, the air bubbles will come to the top and then we'll go ahead and pop those with the lighter. So now what I wanna do is get this, the resin that we mixed, and I'm gonna pour some more in a little cup and we're gonna do some blue. Pour that in there, and then we're going to get another little cup. I'm running out of cups. I have to start using my plastic ones or my paper ones, which is fine. They're handy to have. These little silicone cups are awesome, and I got these off Amazon. I can get you the link to it if you want. So I'm going to set that back to the side, and now check this out. This is called a I don't know, something coast. I can't pronounce it, but look at that. How pretty is that? Oh my goodness gracious. It makes me think of summertime, the beach. Wow, look at that, y'all. Holy moly, that's pretty. All right, so I'm gonna get me another little popsicle stick and I'm gonna put some in that cup. These are gonna be pretty. So this is about what I'm gonna take. That much, maybe a little tiny bit more. And I want to get this lid back on there because I don't want to knock that over and spill all my powder out. Let's see what this looks like. I filled that sucker right on up, didn't I? Let me mix this where you can see it. And you want to make sure you get the sides good and mix that up really good. This is so pretty, y'all. This would be really pretty with that white. Oh, I'm really hooked on that white. But we're gonna do two blues and see what that looks like together. I mean, that is what I like most about this. You can just start making your own design as you go, and it's just, I mean, look at the color of that, y'all. Oh my goodness. So you want to make sure that you get that mixed up really good. Look at that blue. It has that shimmery, can y'all see that? Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. And then tomorrow's live, I will show you how to put the jump rings on and the hooks on and go from there. What I would really like to have, and I need to see if I can find, is a mold of a blue marlin to make some marlin earrings, because if y'all know me, you know I love the marlin fish. That would be awesome. Whoa, 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 we're gonna spill it. That's why you need gloves. All right, I should have tied my hair back. All right, so check out the colors, y'all. All right, so I'm going to set this to the side. I do have my baby wipes down here, so I can get off. If I do get some on my gloves, I can wipe it off so I don't get it everywhere. So now this one, we're going to put, this is called Riviera Blue. And look at that. I think that would be pretty in between that. I have hair going in my mouth. Hold on, y'all. Good grief. Okay. My nose is running like crazy. All right. So let's mix some of this in there. Super pretty. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit, this much, and put it right in there. And you can mix the colors, like you can put two or three different colors in one cup if you want. It's totally up to you. But these colors are just so pretty. I mean, when I was back years ago when I did the resin picture frames, I had no idea that this kind of stuff even existed. I don't know how I didn't know, but it didn't. I didn't. All right, so I'm just mixing this up really well, and this is so pretty. You could put a little bit of white in there, or you could put the mica, like the copper, or the silver would be pretty. Okay, look at this, you guys. How pretty is this? All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go around just like I did the other one, and I'm gonna put some of the dark blue, and then I'm gonna put some of the lighter blue in between the dark blue. No specific pattern, I'm just gonna go around with the stick and put like, oh wow, that is really pretty. And you could do the whole thing a solid color. I just like doing the designs. They're just so pretty, so pretty. And if y'all have friends that like to craft, I would love it if you invited them to the group. And if you have crafts that you have done or that you do, I would love to see them. All right, so I'm gonna go around this one with the blue, and then we'll go around with the lighter blue. And it can be messy, and that's okay. That's why you wanna have a protective thing on your table, gloves, masks. Make sure you take all the precautions, because it is a chemical, but this one does not really have an odor, so I like that a lot. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back around with the lighter blue. This almost looks like aqua. I don't know what it's gonna look like with the dark blue. Super pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna go in between the dark blue, and you wanna put enough where it fills up the mold. But you don't want to go too fast if you're trying to make a specific design, which I don't really have a certain design in mind. I'm just putting them in there, and look forward to seeing what they look like after they cure, because it's amazing, y'all. It's really fun. I enjoy doing this so much. All right, so this is going to be super pretty. And then after this, I think I'm going to do some of that blue glitter with this, maybe this aqua color. I think that would be really pretty. And so I'm going to put a little bit in the little circles, which is the top part. And then I'll put a little bit of the darker blue in there. I still have some of the white left too. I could use some of that also. This blue is really pretty. And you just want to make sure that all of your molds are completely full. And it is self-leveling, but you can move it around if you need to. I'm going to use another toothpick and kind of move that around. I'm just going to swirl it a little bit. Oh yeah, that's going to be so pretty. Yeah, I'm loving this. Okay, and so if you want to clean up the mold a little bit, you can. You don't have to. You can use like a Q-tip or something, or a toothpick. But as long as even if it is stuck to the earring part, you can cut it off, and it's not a problem. Okay, so that one is done. How pretty is that, y'all? Super cute. Okay, so what I'm gonna do in this next one is I'm gonna use some of this glitter. So I'm gonna put the glitter in here, and I'm gonna tell you, this glitter, y'all know how glitter is. It goes everywhere. So we're gonna try not to get it in the ear. Maybe I'll do it in this one because I don't want to get it in that. So I'm gonna try to scoop out some with this popsicle stick. And it like goes everywhere, I'm telling you. Glitter is crazy. And because the front part of the earring is the closed part, that's why I'm putting the glitter down first. Oh, that was not good. That's okay. These mats will dump right in the trash or right back in the container. This glitter is really, it reminds me of the ocean. Okay, so I have the glitter in there. Let me put a little bit more in here. And once you pour the resin in there, you can move it around. Let me put some in these little squares. And I think I'm gonna put the white in here, because I think that's gonna, well, I don't even know if I have enough white. We'll see. If not, I'll mix some more up. So let me put the lid on that. And I don't think I have enough white. But we're gonna pour out what I do have right into the mold on top of the glitter. I don't know what the white's gonna do to that. We're gonna find out. But if I don't have enough, I'll make some more, which I don't think I'm gonna have enough. But I love the white. Okay, so let me, and that's good because that'll give that time to move around a little bit. So I'm gonna take some more of what I mixed and pour it in the little mixing cup and add some more white. I mean, we have a ton more resin left still. Let's see. This is called Strasbourg white. I am telling you, this is so pretty. And I'm just going to use the other end. And I mean, as much powder as you use, or as little as you use, a little container like that is going to last a long time. So I need to make sure that we're not going to run out of time on the curing. It seems to be doing okay for right now. And I'm going to mix that the glitter and the white around a little bit once I get it poured in there. This white, you guys, look at that white. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. All right, so we're gonna pour a little bit more white. And then I'm gonna pour some in the little squares. Whoa. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it around with the toothpick. And you really want the glitter to stay down because that's actually the front part of the earring. And you just want to make sure that everything is full, that the whole thing is full of resin. And we don't want, push that down a little bit. Let me put a little bit more resin in there, right there. Actually, let me just use the stick. You can control it better if you do it with the stick. But you want to be careful not to get it into the earrings you just made, because I have done that before. All right, so that looks good. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna do any more in this one because I don't want to get glitter in another earring. So I'm gonna move this one out of the way carefully because you don't want to mess up what you just did. And so I'm going to slide it right on over here, out of the way, and get up some of this. And then we'll start on another one before, because we're getting close to the time of, the time to be running out of, for the time to be, for the resin to be curing, sorry. All right, so I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do solid blue in these and see what that looks like, because this blue is beautiful. So I'm just pouring it, and then I'm gonna let it sit to fill up, because it is self-leveling, and then I'll go back and pour more if needed. But you don't want to like run it all over the place. I mean, it'll wipe up, but you just don't want to, you don't want to waste your colors. So pretty, this blue. I can't get over how pretty that is. And then I'm gonna do the little squares that go with these. And then we'll mix up one more color, and then it will probably have to be done because it's gonna start curing. So we used up all of that blue. That worked out really well. All right, so I'm gonna put this cup to the side, and then I'm gonna slide this one out of the way. So those are full. I'll take a little bit and put it in this one. This is just, I don't know, I just love creating this stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. I love this. And tomorrow, when we pop them out of the mold, that is like the best part. When you pop them out of the mold, it's just so satisfying. All right, so let's do, we have some of that. Oh, well, we have the white and the, like the teal color. So let's do that. Let's do a little bit of the white. And I'm gonna use the stick for this because this earring is a little bit skinnier. So we're gonna do a little bit of the white. And then we're gonna go in between that with the, like the teal color. That's gonna be really pretty. So I'm gonna put some in the little circle because that's gonna be the top part of the earring. This white is just, oh, I love it. And you don't have to mix them. I mean, you can let them sit just like they are. Like put the colors in between and just leave it. You don't have to like mix them up. It's just fun to see what kind of design it makes. It's really, really a fun thing to do. So don't forget to comment on the live so that you can get into the drawing if you have not already commented. That gets you into the drawing. All right, so now we're gonna go put some teal in there. I guess this is teal, it's kind of what it looks like. And I'm just going right in between the white. I made way too much resin, is what I did. But that's okay, because you can't save it, you can't put it back. Once it's mixed, it starts curing. Not a whole lot you can do. This reminds me of like spearmint. This is pretty, really, really pretty. There's just so many things you can do. They have barrette molds. They have lots of different molds you can get, but it needs to be the clear silicone. And you always want to make sure that it's all filled up. And so I want a little bit more white in this one. Okay, now I'm going to take a toothpick and we're going to swirl it. This would be pretty actually for St. Patrick's Day. With the, it kind of has a green tint to it. But this white, y'all, is so pretty. Okay, so that one is done. Now, let me see how thick this is. I think we can mix another color. Let's see what color we want to mix. We have, this would be really pretty. Less Gustavian with the teal. Let's try it. I'm going to use a little paper cup because I'm out of the silicone ones, the little mixers. All right, so, and you can get these popsicle sticks at Dollar Tree because I use a ton of them. Look at this. How pretty is that? Wow. So, so pretty. And it doesn't take much at all. These little paper cups are actually better to mix it with. They're taller. Look at that. I don't know what that's going to look like with that teal color, mint color, or whatever you call it. Look at this red. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. That, we need to make some hearts with this. Valentine's Day. Oh, I have the hearts already. Well, we can make some more. We could drop a little bit of the white in there. Okay, so let's do this one with some of the red and then some of that teal color. Yeah, this is going to be so pretty. And you want to be careful not to drip any in your earrings that you just made, because I almost did that. This is so pretty. All right, so if you're on, let me know. If you're on, holler at me. All right, so there's that red, and now I'm gonna put some of this in there with it. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but we're gonna try it. It might look terrible, but we're gonna try it and see. I think it's starting to harden up a little bit. It's getting a little thick. I'm making a big old mess. I can't wait to show you guys these tomorrow. You're going to be amazed at what they look like when we pop them out. Popping them out of the mold is the best ever. Now, I have noticed, they say it cures within 12 hours, but I've noticed here, and I don't know if it's due to the elevation, but it takes about 24 to 48 hours to completely cure. So, it may take a little bit longer than what they say up here. Now, I don't know what that will be like if you do it. It could be different. It could be the 12 hours. But they say to put it in a warm room, so maybe the temperature is just too cool for it in the room that I had it in. But I put these molds in a box with a cover on it. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is starting to get a little hard. All right, so I'm just going to swirl this around a little bit, get some of the red up in the top, just a tad. Oh yeah, this is pretty. I just want to swirl it up just a little bit on the sides right there. Wow, that's pretty. I think that they are full. Okay. So there's that. Now I'm going to push that to the side, and I want to do the red hearts, I think, if I can do it without getting it in the blue. So let me slide this over here. I hope you can see good. All right, so I just have a little bit of red left, and then we're going to have to stop because it's hardening. So I'm going to try not to get it in the blue, and I'm going to make like a little spout on the cup since it's paper, and I'm going to pour it in the heart. I hope that you can see. Let me back this up a little bit. There. Now I'm just going to pour it in the heart, and I'm trying not to get it into the blue earring. Yikes. All right, let me move it around a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to pour it in this other one, and then I'm going to show you how we get rid of the bubbles. I don't like bubbles. Okay, nope, I got a little bit more. Okay, so now I believe that the hearts are pretty full, and I did not get it in the blue yet. Look at me making a mess. It's okay. It will come right off of that silicone mat tomorrow when it hardens. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is clean that up a little bit with a popsicle stick where I made a mess. I don't want it to be, I don't want to have to cut that. If I had Q-tips, that would probably work a little bit better, but I did not bring any with me in my craft area. All right, so I know that looks a mess, but it would definitely clean up. That's the good thing about silicone. Okay, so there are the little red hearts. Those are so pretty. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this because we want to give those air bubbles time to come to the surface so that the heat will get rid of them, because that's what pops the bubbles, is the heat. That's why it's better to use a heat gun if you have one, or you can use a hair dryer, but I found that the hair dryer is too much air, or it blows too much, so it will like blow it around and mess your design up. Okay. So I'm going to try to move these and start with the first two that we did. All right, let's start with the first one because that one's been sitting the longest. Yikes. All right, so now I don't recommend that you do this. I just do it because it works, but do it at your own risk if you do this. I suggest you use a heat gun. I don't suggest you use a lighter, but all you have to do is go over it and it pops the bubbles. So I'm just going to go over the pieces and it will pop all the bubbles that have come to the surface. But please, 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 if you do this, be careful. Don't catch your house on fire. I am not responsible for any fires. That's my disclaimer. Do this at your own risk. I would recommend using a heat gun. I mean, you can use a hairdryer. It just blows your design around a little bit. You'd have to use it carefully. So just be careful if you use a lighter. I know that people have torched it before. I'm definitely not using a torch. So you can look and see if you see any bubbles, and you can go back over it if you do. But these are gonna be so pretty, y'all. I cannot wait to show you these tomorrow. I'm telling you, you're gonna be amazed. All right, so then I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. And you can kind of see the bubbles popping. The heat will pop the bubbles. But please be careful if you do this. I cannot wait to show you guys these tomorrow. We're gonna take these out of the molds tomorrow, and even if it's not fully cured, it's okay. They'll be cured enough, and then I can just leave them in the box to finish curing. All right, so yes, I am loving these. I can't wait to make more. Okay. I think that is good. Now these haven't really had time to sit, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyways. I love the little hearts. And y'all, Valentine's Day, I'm starting to get together some designs for shirts for Valentine's Day, so be looking for those. Okay, so that part is done. So that's it, you guys. Let me bring you back up. Hopefully that my phone will stay. Okay, so that's it, y'all. I'm gonna leave my gloves on because I gotta clean this mess up. But tomorrow when I come live, I will pop these out of the molds, and then I will show you what they look like, and they're probably gonna have to cure another 24 hours before I can put the hooks in them. But I will show you how to put the jump rings and the hooks in the wooden earrings that we made yesterday. So I'll finish showing you that. And I'm also gonna use some of this resin after I get off the live and see if I can put it on this piece to see what that comes out like. So I'll show you that tomorrow as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this live. These resin earrings are so much fun to make. All the designs that you can come up with, I mean, it's amazing. So we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of earrings, and we still have a ton of resin left, but it's starting to harden. So that it doesn't take a whole lot of resin, and I mean, I still have right much in these, and I've made a ton of earrings with these. These are just 8-ounce bottles, so they lasted a long time. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas. It's only 3 days away. I'm gonna be going live tomorrow. I don't have to work. I'll be cooking and cleaning and all the fun stuff for our Christmas get together on Christmas Eve. And then in between sometime tomorrow, I will be posting that I'm gonna come live and show you what these look like, popped out of the molds, and then we'll put the hooks on the other ones. So you guys, thank you for joining me. Don't forget, comment on the live, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let me know if you subscribe so I can put you down for an entry, because it doesn't tell me when someone who subscribes. I just see subscribers. I don't see who they are. And follow me on Instagram. I put the QR codes in the group. I will pin that to the top so you can find it. So make sure you do those things so you can get entries into the giveaway. The giveaway is going to be next week, y'all. So I'm hoping to have things together so I can show you all that's going to be in that. So don't forget to do all the things. And thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Take care. I can't turn it off with my glove on. I don't want to get resin on my phone. See y'all tomorrow. Take care.